want to explain why I made the original post on Reddit and why I was getting misconceptions of what I was trying to post. Who am I? I'm not academic and I'm dyslexic. I'm definitely speaking better when I'm writing, that's for sure. That comes to the next point. Did I use AI and in which way? I did use AI for my posts and for it, but I didn't use it to write it for me. I used it to get my words and my ideas down on the paper, because sometimes it's very difficult. I have the perfect ideas in my head. When I'm speaking, getting it down can sometimes take me ages and I miss under the way because I focus on the punctum. I think it's about the idea, not the grammar. So I used it to put my text and my ideas down on paper, not trying to cheat or to make anything else out of it. I just really wanted to get this out because I think maybe this is actually a really big breakthrough. But all of the ideas in it I have came up with, that's mine. All of the sketches, the illustration, that's mine too. The only thing that isn't mine is the exact letters that's written, but if I had been taking my own words down on the paper, it would have been exactly the same. What is my theory about? Because I want to talk about my theory. My theory, I was started when I was reading the book, The Masterpiece of Stephen Hawking, while I was at the gym, walking on a treadmill. I was reading about how it is that information from the universe is stored and decoded within black holes. And that made me think, because it was decoding in the black holes, but it would still be the same information, just decoded so much we wasn't able to actually read it anymore and code it anymore. Because we wasn't able to code it anymore, it will just be a lot of nonsense. When it will be that I will be thinking about that a lot, and then I'll be thinking maybe that has something to do with intelligence, because how can so many people like Einstein and Newton know so much about how the universe works? It's almost like they know it from intuition, because big fingers, again, Einstein came with the relativity theory before it could be proven. Niels Bohr came up with the atom model, and again, the periodic table was made before we even knew all of the elements. All of it showed afterward to be right, inclusive Stephen Hawking's background radiation, which will be a little bit important later, but the main idea is that maybe the way we have secret knowledge in our brain stored is that we will have all of the dark matter that will be contained within the synapses in the brain, and all of the synapses will have a lot of dark matter, because we cannot see dark matter. We just know it is there, and we don't know what it is yet. We have ideas, but we haven't directly found out what it is, and we can't really measure on it. But make me think, maybe if all of the code or the knowledge from the universe, we can actually know what the knowledge from the universe is. It's not something that we can maybe not know. Some people have a very good resonance with understanding characters, understanding how different patterns in human nature works, just from intuition. Maybe that's the same. They have a very good natural way of intuition on how the universe works. But some people come up with, again, some ideas years before it even is discovered. And how come? It's almost like they have a magical power to see how the universe works. And that's where it is that we go back to the dark, to the black holes, because the information from the black holes, all of the dark matter, is still contained. My idea is, if we have the collision theory and the randomness theory, we say that sometimes when a reaction occurs, two different particles, or 3, 4, 400 more, have to be colliding in a specific chain for the reaction to happen. That's what needs to be happening, and that's probably happening in the DNA. And the more you have, the bigger the chance is that it's happening in that exact way in the DNA. That will mean that we actually are able to make DNA. DNA will be able to get the ally from understanding subconsciously resonance from the information of the universe. To understand that a little bit better, we can say that we have 4 different nucleic acids, and the nucleic acids will be, we have guanine and cytosine pairing up, and we have adenine and thymine connecting up. And one of the reasons that it's interesting is how can we actually measure it now? Already now we can make an assumption trying to find out if people have, smart people and the people with a high IQ has a more often ability to be, we have a higher concentration of dark matter in that specific ally or in that specific combination of genes. We can say that maybe if we have more adenine and thymine in the genes, that will be and the interesting part is already now we can measure that directly one-to-one. That's a measurable thing. But when it becomes interesting to my theory is that if we say that the nucleic acid is actually interesting in that sense of matter, that the amount of dark matter it contains, the more dark matter, the more different collisions is happening. So maybe when we're able to measure dark matter, we'll be able to see that the more dark matter we have in the gene, the more the bigger the chance is that we get the ally for discovering the resonance coding. The resonance coding is that it's not something we actually know directly, but we have seen before that the brain often, if your smart percent stronger and neuron through the synapses, that's exactly the same. It will do that with the dark matter too, but we can't measure that because it mimics the exact same motion of the rest of the neurons signals. So that's why we can't measure it right now. But it means the stronger the signals, the more it moves, the more collision, the faster all of the ability to solve it will be moving together. So the idea is that if this is happening, they need to contain more dark matter in the brain. So the central information from thought is that the information from the universe can be hidden in dark matter. The dark matter can have influence of people's intelligence through DNA. And what I'm building it on is I'm building on, as I say, many of the actual known ideas we already have on entropy and the brain's ability to resonance with different substances, evolution, and DNA. The way we build the DNA is built, and right now it's compatible with all the already existing ideas we have, so it's not something that cannot be broken. It cannot be broken either if we go into any of the different substances. We can maybe say, what if it means that we don't need, it's not because we have big amounts of dark matter, when it will be an issue, because if we discover what dark matter is, it doesn't have anything to do with information, when we can say that this idea is not reliable, that's the same as many other ideas we can say is not reliable with it. So I don't think that's an argument for it. We have many good ideas that's still working, even though if dark matter is discovered to be something else, it will not be working. And on the other hand, we have a lot of the things that we can actually change on the way, that lots of we can measure all of the things, and it can't be molded as science discover all the way around. We can still go around it. I'm not wanting to come specifically into that topic right now because I haven't written it down in my papers, but I do really want to have that part of it acknowledged before I want to go deeper into details on it in a video. Then we have the idea of why is it important? It's important because it forms the way we're thinking about intelligence and evolution, because what if evolution is not about evolving to get smarter, get a higher IQ? It's actually just coincidence. It's just about the concentration of dark matter, so it's just collusion theory and randomness theory connected. What I hope people take from this video, I really hope people will be judging more about the ideas, really on the idea, not about what's exactly and if it's written by one or another, because that's really not my point. My point is to get this out because I really think I have some very interesting ideas here, something that's really worth to look into, because it's It's a shame that the focus would be on if the word is written down by AI, or if I have taken that exact word and copy-pasted from a dictionary. What I want to say about people and skeptics, I do understand your skeptics, I really do. I actually feel sorry for not starting out with stating that I have been using AI to help with writing it down, but I really didn't see it as a problem because it was my idea I was thinking of, and not part that some people sadly is misusing it to write the whole ideas of themselves, and actually not writing anything and thinking clearly. And I do think that's sad, and I really do understand in the topic that people will get mad and angry about it. For me, it's just always been my way to work with dyslexia, that I will be talking instead of writing. And I think it's a sad thing that I did forget it, and I really apologize for that, and I don't want to do that in another video. But all of this is actually my idea, and I'm really trying to just explain that it is my words, word by word, and if I didn't care for it, if it was just something that I have written, I will not even be spending time of protecting it because it will not mean anything to me. But this actually means something to me, or especially not because of selfish reasons. I don't want to be famous or earn anything from it. I actually just want to contribute to the science community because it really interests me, and I hope it can help share something together. I think that's about the most important part of my video. I don't want to make it much longer. I just want to say that I really will hope that people will want to discuss the idea with me. Ask how I'm using the AIs step by step if that's what you're curious about, but I prefer you ask about my actual ideas. I want to discuss the topics and how we can contribute to help science, not about my dyslexia, and I will rather explain me instead of being misunderstood. Why I choose to make this video in this format? Because it's very important to me to take responsibilities for my ideas, get a real talk and not just someone behind the screen. It's not because I'm afraid of showing my face, I just don't really think it's relevant because I'm not into getting famous. I'm not into being anything, I just want to contribute. And I hope you ask if you have something to ask about.